Hello, and welcome to another RTAppetizer where it is like 6 in the morning and I just woke up, so y'all gonna have to deal with that. Anyway, today we're facing a generic name in Yggdrasil in the global server. They go for Karina, Celilius, Yolha, I forgot her name for a second, Rylet, and Pirate Captain Flan. I go for LRK, Sharoon, Shu, and Sululu, as well as Solitaria. Solitaria and Celilius end up getting banned out. So let's jump into it and see how things go. Well, I love when a plan comes together. So the Rylet's pretty fast. It's about 240-ish, roughly. Which also means that the Pirate Captain Flan is kind of slow. It's about 220-ish. They're going to go into my Proof of Valor Shoe. Only does about 12k, which isn't bad at all. I'm going to start working on this Yolha to make her less of a threat. Pirate Captain Flan can S1, or she can S3. Either one's fine with me. Because as soon as I get my immunity up with LRK, I think we'll be okay. She does end up burning and bombing everyone, but she doesn't push Sulu back, which is great. So I'm just going to go ahead and cleanse all of that off. And that's enough, apparently. I just found it very entertaining that they just gave up. Like, not even worth playing it out, apparently. But yeah, that's game one. Let's jump into another, shall we? And here we are fighting a Nanashi in the... Oh, God. Tarasurezu. Oh, God. I can't read the name because it's too tired and my brain doesn't want to remember what letters are what letters in Japanese. In the Japan server, they go for Alencia, Dien, Dilibet, Zio, and Sharky. I go for Arwell, Flitica, Bihu, Landy, and Strays. They ban out Strays. I ban out Zio. And let's jump into it, see how things go. So Flitica will be going first. The Dilibet is a little strange. It is a snow crystal Dilibet. But I'm just going to reset her, make sure she can't cleanse. Bihu, I forget how Dilibet's cleanse works. I don't know if it I haven't used her in a long time. I can't remember if it happens before or after. So I'm going to try to kill her. It happens before the detonation, which is good to know for the future. But now, Dilibet's kind of not much. They're going to dual attack with Sharky, but again, I'm okay with this. Here, I have to kind of kill the DN, because if I don't kill the DN, she could just cleanse and start getting her nonsense up, so she needs to go away forever. Sharky does have her S3, and she can go into whomever she wishes. She ends up choosing the Landy, which I think is a very interesting decision. It doesn't hit, and it does almost no damage whatsoever. Alencia is going to get very angry and strip all of the buffs off of everyone except for my Arwell and my Bihu. I'm going to try to blind her. No dice, but I do get a dual attack. With Bihu, which burns the Alencia and does a good amount of damage. They're going to go into Landy and do pretty much exactly her health and kill her. So now it's all up to Bihu to get the job done. So I am going to just start working on this Dilibet because it keeps cleansing, and that's not great. They're gonna S1. get a duel with Sharky. Sharky's going to go again. It's not doing too much damage, so I'm not the most scared of it. Let's just go ahead and get rid of Dilibet for now. Alencia didn't get her Mind's Eye because Unbuffable is great, so that's not going to kill Arwell. I'm just going to whack her, gain back some health, and then we're going to get rid of this Alencia. There she goes. Sharky doesn't have any souls. They're going to go into Arwell. It is not enough to kill. So Arwell, it doesn't matter. Arwell's on Holy Sack, so she would just come back anyway. So I'm just going to start burning away this Sharklet. And that ends up being just enough. So we do get the win, and that's great, but there's more to see. This time we are facing Bibert78 in the Genesia Guild in Europe. They go for Bryceria, LRK, Goliath, Knockwall, and Kairon, Eidolon, Kairon. I go for Arwell, Flitica, Shu, Bihu, and Solitaria. They ban out Bihu, I ban out Knockwall. Let's jump into it, see how things go. So Flitica will be going first, and I want to kind of check everybody's ER. It is not enough, so I'm just going to strip the counterattack buff from Kairon. Reset this Bryceria so she doesn't destroy my entire life. Solitary can go into either LRK or Goliath. I think I choose to go into LRK just to hopefully prevent him from getting immunity up. It pushes back and debuffs him with the attack down, but at 15% the stun, which is a little sad. I'm going to go ahead, test my luck on this Goliath, see if I can stun her, because that would be immensely helpful. I can. Bryceria can't do much. They're going to S1 into the Shu. I do resist the defense break, which is kind of nice. Flitica is going to go into the what's-her-face, Goliath, to try and blind her. No blind, no defense break. That's fine. LRK is going to put immunity up for everyone, but Solitary should hopefully be able to start stripping it from everybody. She was going to go into the Kairon again, just to try and do as much damage to him as possible. Because he's going to be ripping the S3, which isn't great, but it's fine. They do defense break the Flitica now, and Goliath is just going to S1. They get a lucky dual attack with the Kairon, both of whom end up healing back some HP. This gives the Kairon an attack buff, so he's going to throw his S3 into the world, and it doesn't do much of anything. Arwell takes a large hit, but that's fine. Solitaria is going to stun and kill the Goliath, so she is no longer an issue. And now I'm going to attempt to kill this Kairon. I don't even need the injury proc. He is gone. And now it's just the reset Bryceria and an LRK versus my team. Arwell dies. She doesn't come back because Bryceria is on the team. But I am going to stun this Bryceria, just to make sure she can't do any of her nonsense anymore. LRK is one turn away from having his S3, so I'm just going to bonk the Bryceria. And that's game. Very, very nice. Very nice showing from Shu and Solitaria. I think we can fit maybe one more. This one was an interesting one against Slosto in the Necrophilia Guild in Europe. They go for A Tywin, Stene, AOL, Bihu, and Rem. I go for Arwell, LRK, Bellion, Arya, and Dilibet. They ban out Dilibet, I ban out Rem. Let's jump into it, see how things go. So Bihu's going to be going first. It looks like it's a chatty Bihu, which is interesting. I do resist on my Arya, which is kind of nice. And then they're going to throw the S3 into the wind, hopefully stun defense break. It doesn't look like it has that much effectiveness. It does defense break the Bellion, but it doesn't stun her, which is great. AOL's going to attempt to stun or silence the LRK. No dice. But Stene is going to kill the Bellion, which ends up pushing the LRK back, which I'm surprised about, because normally my LRK has 100, 105, 110 ER, so I'm surprised that actually pushed back. Arya's can't really do too much right now, so I'm just going to S1. Luckily, I hit the Bihu and the Stene, which is great. AOL's going to S3 silence the LRK, which is to be expected. I'm just going to start, and by start, I mean keep going into Bihu, just to kind of ruin his day because he's a pain in the butt. They're going to go into Arya, try and do something. I don't know. Provoke, I guess. No dice. Steny's going to S1 into the Arya and the LRK. LRK was ideally going to kill the Stene, but it doesn't look like he's going to get the chance now, because they're just going to silence and push him back with AOL. No pushback, but we do get the silence. I need this to hit Stene again. If we could do that. Great. So Stene's now blinded. So my Arya is choosing her enemies very, very well today. She's hit the Stene twice, I believe. Which is all I really need out of her. AOL's going to go into Arya, make sure she can't S3 or do something like that, which is fine. LRK is going to die here, so there goes my one definitive way of hitting Stene. They're going to go into their blind. Stene is going to S1 and hit both of my units because blind is a joke. And now I'm going to stun the Bihu, or attempt to. I fail, but that is to be expected. And Arya is just kind of chilling. I need this to hit Stene, though. And it does. So now the damage dealers are gone. And now it's just against 2 control units. And I'm hoping that I will be able to pull through against 2 control units. They're going to S1 into Arya. No silence, which is great. A Tywin makes... oh, I thought it was this turn. Nope, they're just going to S1. I guess they're hoping for Arya to hit the rage on A Tywin, just so that he can get a soul burned, defense break, and stun. I'm just going to keep S1ing. Arya is just an S1 machine this game. A Tywin, does he soul burn? He does. So he's just going to raw soul burn, hope to debuff anyone, but he clearly doesn't have enough effectiveness for any of that. Awo's going to hit Arwell, push her back. And by push her back, I mean not do anything. So, the reason I S3 here is because my Wi-Fi went down. So I lost all of my internet. I just wanted to S1 again. Like, honestly. but my Wi-Fi died. So I had to swap over, and I was panicking. And then it auto S3'd, which is unfortunate. So I don't get the counter buff, but I do put Arwell in stealth. So now it is still just a waiting game of can we kill. The A Tywin might be unlucky, or might be a resist one, because it did resist the blind on that one. Just gonna keep us wanting. Arya is gaining back more health than they can deal, which is fine. And now AOL is finally gonna go down. So now it's just a Tywin versus a full health Arwell and an almost full health Arya. So things aren't looking good for him. A Tywin outspeeds. Gonna keep going into Arya. Arya actually going to debuff him, but now my Arwell has her S3 back. So he may be raging, but he can only cleanse once. So I'm gonna go ahead and stun him to make sure he can't defense break and do all that stuff. And now Arya gets to S3 once more. Proc the giant demon monster. And that is game. So that was a very interesting and fun match. I thought I was going to lose when my Wi-Fi cut out, but I was able to pull through. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Show your support on YouTube by doing the YouTube things. And thank you all for being the best Jonai that have ever Jonai'd. And I will talk to you all later. Love you.